Hi, I'm having a bit of trouble getting some YouTube video links to work. Now, I don't want to appear to be getting paranoid, but I've tried these a couple of times and I do wear glasses, but there may be a technical hitch there. And so if you happen to see this video, please can you try these links and let us know if you can get through. Right, it's a bit of a mouthful, but those of you who know about these things know it's HTTPS colon 2 slashes, but you would know if you do this, YOUTU full stop BE slash L lower L, right, so you've got pleasure, capital T, small s, capital T, 3, 6, small q, a large Q, and large E. In fact, I'll just give you that one for now. Please get back to us. And if you can't get through, I shall be giving rather a stiff communication to YouTube of what is going on. The videos are there on my video page in YouTube if you follow me, but I'm trying to obviously send these links to friends via email. And in theory, one has worked. You can I sent an email and one link and you just click on it. In fact, it actually shows up as a video if you follow me in the email. But this, I buggered up. That's it. Right, I apologise. Speaking. We go again, but I'll go slow. This is what is foxing me, you see. HTTPS full colon, that's the 2 dots, okay, 2 forward slashes, YOUTU full stop BE, 1 forward slash, right, L, capital T, capital T. I've done it again. See, it's so easy to, but I have done this, but I'll do it again. Right, we go back to just tu.be forward slash, then there's a lower, what would you call it? Dash, but it's a lower one, not mid, and that's it. But I've tried this anyway, but even so, lower dash, then L, capital T, S, capital T, 3, 6, small q, capital Q, and a capital E. Like I say, I'd be very much appreciated if you try that link and you get to YouTube, you just get a question mark. It's like there's something not quite missing. All my other links don't have this lower, what do you call it, line. It's not a comma, that way line, but it's not mid as you normally would use it, but a lower one. So I don't know. It is rather quite a contentious one. It's going into some quite serious topics, right? Healing should be done for donation only. It's a cutting word one. If you understand, are familiar with the Baptist Church, not just the Baptist Church, any major genuine Christian church moves in what's called the gifts of the Spirit. Run-of-the-mill stuff, gifts of the Spirit. And one of those gifts is called the cutting word. It means at times you have to bring a cutting word, which means an abomination. Not an abomination, but like when Jesus rebuked the devil, right? You're laying down the line. You do not do this. Like you would speak to a child, unfortunately. But yeah, if you see a child wandering off and going towards a fire, you don't just go, "Oh, hello, Jimmy, can you not do that?" You eventually move into cutting word if you've got anything. Jimmy, get up, and the intention is picked up by the child, right? And so there's energy and thing there because it is your like to similar analogy is when you deliver the cutting word, you are trying to stop people from going into the fire, meaning you're picking up or the spirit's picking up through you. This is off key, mate. You're out of order, as we would say in England, or, stop it. Whatever, various interpretations, but that is one of my ministries. And sometimes when I'm giving one of these addresses, the cutting word will slip through. Not heavy like that, because, oh my God, people would freak. But there is an adminimachab, nearly swore then, the word, but you are bringing a command. Yeah. Now, some people don't like that, and it's not part of their spiritual thing. That's all peace and light. It is. But at times, the spirit does move in what's called the cutting word. Anyway, hi for those that have joined. And I don't normally go on live this time of day. What are we? Good God, no, not 1 o'clock. This is normally early morning stuff for me. But I do temper it a bit, and I live well away from my neighbours. They can't hear me. I'm right the other side of the building, and there, whatever. Generally about 4 in the morning. But yes, if you're there and are listening, please can you? It's only a little thing to do. I posted quite a few videos on YouTube because they're far better because people can watch them on their TV. I am trying to get some Bosnian pyramid water, which you're probably getting fed up because this is like an appeal, an ongoing appeal. And I've done a few videos about that. I can't understand. Mind you, I am known to not be very tolerant. And maybe patience is, but nearly a year ago, I contacted this community, the Bosnian Pyramids. It's not really a community, but it's a website and a page. And I politely asked, please, can you send me some Bosnian pyramid water? Obviously, I paid the postage and everything, and because I wanted to do some, I didn't even say that, I just said healing work. But that is what I want to do, a bit planetary healing work, and I've been doing videos about that, right? You might find interesting. And nada. In fact, I got a little bit of a response because I've tried twice, and it's something about there's restrictions on it because it's classed as a food, right? Hi, and well, I don't know because I then when I did this video, I gave examples, which is what I'm doing. I'm building a shrine under a pyramid. And I've got water from the Ganges, which I've had sent to me, water from Lourdes, water from Glastonbury, blah, 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 various sacred sites. But Ganges, it comes, I'll quickly show you that. There seems to be a few Hindu people joined me. There you go. And that's come all the way. There you go. Right up high, the mountains. It's in a recyclable plastic, if you follow me, so it will break down. It's good packaging, and that's on under my pyramid. Proper water from Lourdes. I may as well do it. I'll be quick, right? So various sacred known sites. I've got some CBD water, which for those of you might know, CBD is an aspect of cannabis, marijuana, that has clearly been demonstrated to have healing capacities. and a very imaginative company has produced, and I may as well do that. I mean, I haven't heard of it before. There you go, CBD living water, water for life. And it's generally promoted for sports fanatics, right? It's not because of legislations, which is probably good. I hope you can hear us okay. For various food supplements that do clearly have a medicinal factor, the law prohibits you from actually making any claims. So that is promoted and sold as a for sports people, high energy water, good for you, and all this. No claims are made of its healing capacity. Of course, it does. And this could be the same with the Bosnian pyramid water. It has, believe me, you don't need a degree in physics to suss that out. If some water has been under some pyramids for 30,000 years, circulating through tunnels, which, as anyone knows, water is a universal solvent, dissolves everything. So this is well before I say we, humanity, have got in there and mucked up the planet. If you know about these things, you know there's hardly anywhere on planet Earth where the soil now still has the 60 essential minerals that we need. So you might be growing organic food, etc., etc. But if the soil has been depleted of the natural essential minerals, you've got to supplement your diet. Now, there is a way around that. Apart from buying supplements, you can bless your food and bless your water. Or more importantly, you can put it under a pyramid. Okay? Because the Earth's energy, that's what happens with a pyramid, is drawn up. And this is being demonstrated scientifically now. The Russians have done extensive research into pyramids. The Russian army. They haven't got a lot to do since there's this recent, well, it goes back a few years, but anyway, sarcastically. So one professor contacted the government, and long story short, the Russian army, they're like the muscle, have constructed pyramids all over Russia for scientific research. And scientists have been in there. They've monitored that toxic foods, substances have their toxicity reduced. Radioactive material has had its radioactivity reduced. And on a positive note, seeds have been put under the pyramids and then planted and had up to a 30 to sometimes 80% increase in yield. Stone has been stored under the pyramids. Granite as an example. Then it's changed colour. You can see all this. You go on the video programs that are, whether it's YouTube or what, just put in Russian pyramid research and it's there. The actual colour of the granite changed. You've got a physical sign that something's going on, right? But then they took the granite out of the pyramid and surrounded a field with it. And they had the same effect on the crops being grown there, that there's a massive increase of yield. Needless to say, they're all disease resistant. So this technology has a lot of practical applications. But for me, one of the most important applications of the pyramids, or any pyramid that you might wish to construct, which you can get now, you can get kits. They don't have to be metal. My pyramid, I can quickly show you. This is one of the most popular sorts. There, you can just see it now. right? Now, there's a lot of science in that, although it's evolved. Quick run through. From the bottom, you've got a big round glass container, jar with a tap, not metal. This is what the Russians again. You'll notice it's white plastic, PVC. They found this through research that metal obviously can interfere with the effectiveness of the pyramid because most of it is like magnetic energy, ions. And so PVC plastic, which is openly available and can be found nearly all over the world, right? And all you get when you send away for the kit, you see the top stone with the actual pyramid point. Then you get four corners, all done on a 3D printer for about 30 quid. But then the tubing you can buy yourself and it can be any length. So that's just my one on top of a table. But once you've got the corners, you can make a bigger one that you can actually sit under, meditate under, store food under, put water under. Get it? My one is to make planetary healing medicine. So around, surrounding the large glass jar at the bottom, you can see the various samples of water, Lords, whatever, right? I've shown you the CBD. They're two samples of pyramid water made by someone else in America. It's actually a white witch organization. And what? It's all planetary healing. You know, if it's genuine, which it is, it's water that's been put under a pyramid, probably in a PowerPoint in America. Great, bring it on. Ganges I've already shown you. But then I did have a metal lid on top of the the big glass round jar at the bottom. And through my studying and prayer, came across, no, you should not have anything metal. So on top of that, it's brilliant. It's all things I had here, but it's a round wooden carved flower of life. Well, wall hanging it's initially designed for, but that's now used as a lid and it's perfect. Anyone who knows about sacred geometry, I've actually got the flower of life is in itself a known purifying device. It's the only word I can use because generally people, which I've done as well, put crystals on a flower of life pattern and it will cleanse the crystals. So I've got the flower of life. I've got certain crystals. Some are linked to Mother Mary. Again, this is your own evolution. It could be your saints, your gurus, whatever. But the crystals are linked to Mother Mary and the planet Earth. Funny enough, granite. Then on that, though, they've also discovered, the Russians, any sort of conical shape. You see that? That's a scientific measuring jug, but if you see it, it's in a pyramidical shape, a cone. They've done these experiments. Even a cone has the same effect, will draw up the energy and the energy goes out through the top. But needless to say, the coup de grace, it's directly under a pyramid as well. So you've got a double whammy, as we would say. You've got the flower of life, which does that as well. Anything put on top of the flower of life, you know, this has all been scientifically verified as far as you can through tests, and then a pyramid. And so I've got a complete generating facility for sacred, purifying, healing water. Now, there's one little jigsaw piece, as far as I'm concerned, that's missing. Every one of those water samples is influencing the water there, which actually comes from my tap. But also, having said that, all the water near me is under the influence of the pyramid. I've got a big pyramid up my loft. The stream where my water comes from, all affected by a pyramid, right? Oh, great, another person joined. So, all that needs in my mind, because all the waters have an auric field, people who understand this know what I mean. They give off an energy field and has been scientifically proven influence obviously everything around them. So my theory or understanding is that if I get some Bosnian pyramid water, it's only a little 100 ml thing, put that round the water and under this pyramid, the energy, the etheric energy, the aura, will all intermix with all the other waters and the water that's in the bigger reservoirs. Then that becomes effectively the same healing capacities as the Bosnian pyramid water and more. Because we're now talking about the and Hindu and Indian people, hi Swami, are into this. You've got your own system of medicine, right? Based on energy fields. We have a thing called homeopathy. It's the same analogy that it's not the physical substance that is incorporated into a homeopathic medicine, as an example. It's the impression, the auric signature of that substance. So I can take, which they do in homeopathic medicine, some belladonna, which is actually a poisonous herb if you took it physically, but has a lot of healing properties in a homeopathic capacity. So you take a small sample of belladonna, it's mixed in some water, and then it's diluted right down. So there's no actual chemical constituent of belladonna in the remedy. Same analogy. Bosnian pyramid water has 30,000 years of the earth's healing energy affecting it, because they know this. The water, they tried to pump out some of the tunnels, and the very next night it's back, because of course the pyramid's drawing it up. So it's the same water, right? So it's all being purified and affected by the pyramid, right? And it's been carbon dated, the structure, 30,000 years old. Now, this isn't me. It is me. Now, this is being put out, and you can watch the videos about it and the evidence. You can even see the person who discovered the leaf, organic material. It was sent to proper labs, different labs, and its estimated age is 30,000 years old. So, if you then take some of this water, add it to a larger reservoir of water, put it under a pyramid. Well, again, there's been research done of a similar vein of this, where they've done just a small pyramid, and this is even another advance of just making a structure, which is good. And if you've got the flower life, it's still good. But you can now buy small pyramids, right? And they contain an actual physical piece of the Pyramid of Giza. And they've got an arrow on the bottom, make it easy. You just need to orientate that side, it's not a corner, north. And obviously that probably incorporates the sample that's enclosed in it. It's like a resin, I imagine. And you're linking with the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Of course, if you go there, this is what's happening, and this man's really rocking the boat, bless him. Egyptologists will think you're off your head. Oh no, that's just where the pharaohs were buried. What a load of... And if you look into this, you'll see that, you know. And also, unfortunately, with the pyramids of Giza, although obviously this people have got round it somehow, you need an arm and a leg to actually get access to the pyramids in Giza for any kind of research, and as to taking samples away, easily done. And there's lots of stones that have fallen off, and you know, and the local Egyptian people have ripped off parts of the pyramid to build their houses with and all that. And all the outer covering of the pyramid in Giza's gone. It was a lovely white, whatever, but that's all kaputted. But the same analogy with Bosnia, the tunnels have been there. They're not being dug. They're there, but they were filled in. Now, all that earth that they were filled in was obviously all local, because the pyramid's energy field is not just what's underneath, right? Which would go down quite a way. So hence, you know, how the water's affected everything, because the energy is being drawn up from the earth, right? There's an aura around the base of the pyramid, and this is being plotted. It's like a donut. You follow me? You've got a hole in the middle, and then there's like a circle. There's a scientific name for it now, but an energy field, an aura. Most people can understand that. So there's an aura around the base of the pyramid. That, imagine the pyramids of Giza and the pyramids in Bosnia are big, and everything that comes into that auric field as being and has been affected. So you could imagine the fields, or although the pyramid in Bosnia is on a hill, but the same analogy, anything around its atmosphere in the bottom has been affected. So you could, whatever, 200 yards down the road, dig up a bit of soil and it comes under the auric field of that pyramid if it's big enough. And they've been able to measure this with just small models, but the same effect actually plots the field. Apart from the energy stream that comes out the top of the pyramid, which has other interesting connotations to do with interstellar communication, that there's beams that come out the top that travel faster than the speed of light. And this is proven. These are just down to earth scientists that have gone there with their meters, and they've got a name for this energy, and it can be plotted. In Russia, they use the military radar equipment, which they have, and clearly plotted an energy beam coming out the top of the pyramid and going way up. And this is just one they constructed themselves, not as big as the pyramids in Bosnia or Giza, nowhere near, but still just blew their minds. This energy could be plotted, and there's a beam, and it also went in and out. So it had like a vibration. You get me? There'd be like a throb. So you go, the energy wasn't just a boom, complete shaft. It had a vibration to it. So there's only 5 or 6 years, and some of you may have even turned off. Great. What I'm talking about, possibly, and you will have to make this up for your own minds, pray about it, meditate. It was prophesied there'd be a new world religion. Well, I think that got a bit distorted in the mill. It's a new planetary religion. Now think on that. And then you've got concepts that I've been putting at planetary healing. And I said to him, don't matter what religion you are, don't matter what guru you follow, and you've got your own personal devotion, great. But to give some time in your meditation, your seeking or looking, quote, what can I do to help heal the planet? And if you're open, it will come from within. It won't just be some outer source like me waffling away. It will come from within you, because the planet is crying out for help. And how does the planet do that? By letting us know, if you see it as an entity, which it is, Mother Earth, she's our source on one level. Not too happy. We only have to watch our news, there's eruptions, whatever. And in my interpretation, that is it. And what's frustrating me. The old accent. We have the technology, right? The old joke, the old axiom. We have the technology. We have. And that technology is pyramids. Now you can meditate on that with an open mind. See the evidence with an open mind. Well, what were these things for? Why did these people spend a long time constructing these devices? It certainly wasn't to stick some dead pharaoh or king in. Ones in Bosnia have got no chambers. A lot of the pyramids in Egypt have no chambers at all. This is maybe one couple of pharaohs that had that, but then their bodies weren't there. A lot of theories that it was used for initiation. Well, yes, but the bodies were buried down the road. Valley of the Kings. So archaeologists have got 2 and 2 and maybe made 6. You know, it fits their thing. And this man, his name's Sama, I think, in Bosnia, is doing an immense good work. Now, this isn't just licking up to him. He is, because he's done the right thing, but unfortunately may have backfired a bit. Scientists have been welcome and are welcome in. Bring your instruments. Great. We're not laying some religious trip on you. Just come and monitor the energy. Do proper science, and a proper scientist has an open mind. Should have. Well, yes, they said this, they said that. Let's go and see. Let's test it. Let's be inspired inside. You know, you get people with rods. They're not a big intellectual thing. They just say, oh no, I carry these rods and I can plot energy fields. I can find water because the energy communicates through them, and they get the rods and they cross, and that's where water is. They can find oil this way. The oil companies maybe don't make a big thing of that. Oh, we get this psychic in with a couple of rods and walks over this bit of land that we suspect may have oil in it or whatever, and gets a positive reading, and they put a flag there and whatever, and then bring their scientific equipment, and it is verified that there is oil there. So we have the technology in pyramids. We can build our own pyramids. You've just seen, it doesn't have to be a big, massive thing. We can create our own healing, generating machine, because that's what it would be. It'd be a constant circle, adding new water, coming under the pyramid, distributing that water to your local streams. I feel if more people capture this vision, and I'm not just spinning on my head sort of thing, a distribution setup needs to be set up for all over the world. And that people should, this is my big gripe, see, be able to buy that water, not have to come all the way as a tourist to pick some water up. It's just common sense that even if that was and is, it's not going to be enough. And most average tourists don't share, and they're just buying it as a souvenir, and they might glug it down their own neck. Oh, it's got healing properties. Oh, have some of that. And then, of course, we get the other thing that, as we've had in the past, corruption. They become a black market in Bosnian pyramid water if the government or the proper authorities don't do something about it. And we don't want that because it becomes tainted. And I share that from my own experience. A similar analogy, there's 2 main impetuses in my life. Getting the Bosnian pyramid water out, turning it into a healing, planetary healing medicine, encouraging people to also continue this work. You can travel around the world, visit all the sacred sites you want, erect your little pyramid, and then go and take that energy after you've linked into it, and then put your water under the pyramid and then distribute that. And it can incorporate any prayers you want. Very simple. However you approach God. Blessed Father God, I ask that this water be transmuted into the appropriate medicinal compound that this person needs. That's if you're doing it in a personal healing. But then you just change the words. Blessed Father God, from my interpretation. Blessed Father God, I ask that this water be transmuted to be the planetary healing medicine. Yeah, sure. That is required. Boom. None. I have shared in other videos that I've been working in a miraculous healing capacity in the past. The River Findorn. I've done quite a bit of work down there. In fact, the river's already now been blessed. I actually healed someone, just like I've told you. They were undergoing a psychotic, I'm watching the time, on being prompted. I can waffle on for hours. Some of you won't know that, but I think Facebook, they got to take 3 hours. It just flows through. And it's great to have people because the significance of that, biblically, that's right, when two or three are gathered together in my name, and that means any kind of spiritual work, and that's what this is, my presence is felt and the energy just woof. Like I've got to watch it because sometimes it comes very powerful, speedy, very fast. Yes, no problem. I'm getting a couple of friend requests coming through. No problem. Now I've got a telephone. I've got this Facebook. So you've obviously found me on here, but I've got an email. You're advised not to do this, but no. My email it's on the videos anyway if you watch them on YouTube. Ghampa, I spell that. It's a Tibetan Buddhist term. It's my Tibetan Buddhist name. I have taken refuge. I am a Tibetan Buddhist, amongst many other titles. Ghampa, which means loving kindness, for those who understand and know about these things. Ghampa, GHAMPA77 at gmail.com. Please just email me. If you do happen to know someone that's got some Boston Pyramid water, great. I will, of course, reimburse your costs. At the moment, and I'm being sarcastic, I believe it's €10 a bottle. Little 100ml bottle. I won't comment on that, but even so, that's enough to get anyone started. It's not the quantity, it's the quality that's the significant, because then you can add that voice to there. Much larger sources of water, and that'll all be transmuted with the assistance of prayer, with the assistance of the pyramid, and then you're away. What's it? The planet's your limit. You can take your pyramid anywhere. They pack into a suitcase. You can buy your plastic piping nearly anywhere. So you just need the kit. It's this little box like this. Erect your pyramid in any hotel room or anything. Orientate it north, and you have created a planetary healing PowerPoint. I'm going to end now. I've shared my email address. Hi, Fresh Weave Links, Swami Vigil Weave Link before Swami D, and yeah, might not pronounce your right word, Sanya Singha, and the other person on the top, unfortunately, is written in Sanskrit. But hi. And there's Gopal Gimir and John Shobe. Yes, he's connected in before. So as I've shared with this, there are now, these videos have been posted on YouTube. That means they can be put onto your TV. It means, well, great way to spread it. Oh, I've come across this guy on YouTube. He's waffling on about pyramids, planetary healing. What do you think? So you just show it on your telly? No, I just say, nah, he's off his whatever. But there's no harm in doing that, because all I'm trying to do is get the planet healed. Now, I think there'd be other pyramids found, other sources of water. Like I say, there's no limit to the effectiveness, and this can be and will be scientifically verified. People like Emoto, who's no longer with us, have done and proved this, that by blessing water, you can alter the structure of water. It takes in every impression around it. So we're going around the circle. That water's been under pyramids for 30,000 years. All the substance of the soil, even if you take it on that level, will have been dissolved in the water over 30,000 years. And this is before, a lot before, we, humanity, have depleted the soil through our misuse of the planet. Hi, I can't, so that's a click telling me I'm doing a video. Someone said, oh, imagine, just imagine that. Water under a pyramid, passing underneath the pyramid, circulating round, under tunnels, will have dissolved everything in that soil. Gold, silver, diamonds, you name it. Water is a universal solvent. It dissolves everything over time. So even on that level, get a sample, if you're that way inclined, put it under laboratory analysis. What does this contain? Damn, excuse me. A lot more than your average tap water. And that's enough to open some people's minds. You know, they see something solid and scientific. And who knows, there might even be new substances discovered within that water. Because those people didn't go to all that trouble. Well, they certainly didn't in Bosnia. There's no religious or record of any sort of, you know, Egyptology sort of religious thing there at all. And in fact, they must have been left. You get me? There's no one living around them, and they were just covered with soil. And they do look just like mountains or hills, because no one lived there. And whoever did build them, well, what? I mean, a lot of speculation there, but you know, aliens, another civilization, but moved on, whatever. And they were filled in to stop people from getting under and in there for a while. But that's done a favour, because I say all that soil, which is very easy, and they are removing it, all carries that energy and can all be put into pyramid made models. You know, as the sales don't encourage them, genuine Bosnian pyramids containing actual samples of the material that the Bosnian pyramids are made from. So it's providing you with a direct link. And this can just be a small thing you put in your house, put it on a table. It's a nice ornament, but anything put under that pyramid will benefit and will be linked in. We now go, oh dear, the science of radionics. Now a lot of people in India, I know this, understand and practice radionics. A very famous, this will get your attention, Indian teacher, again, for the poor people, introduced a whole system of healing where you just had, like the flower of life, a symbol, but it had been given him obviously from higher levels. And these symbols, it's a system of medicine. You'll know what I'm talking about. And for every particular illness, you could just put this symbol, a disc, a symbol on paper, on wherever, and put a glass of water on it. And that glass of water will be transmuted and turned into a medicine for that particular. Again, this is all on faith, just as Jesus taught. By your faith be it so. But for many, in inverted commas, exclamation marks, so-called primitive, simple people in India, this works because it came through a highly evolved teacher. I think it was Sai Baba, but maybe someone can correct me on that. I touched into that teaching. These are the many things I've looked into. But I won't have, because this place is like, see behind me. It used to be here, but again, I've moved on. See, these are all part of your own spiritual journey. If you're open, don't stop anywhere. That means there's no complete system of thought. We've all lived many thousands, if not more, lifetimes before. We've all been Hindus, we've all been Buddhists, we've all been Westerners, if you want to use that term, before. Because we need to develop our emphatic ability. Empathy means that we can empathize with people from all over the world. We've been there. We've been them. We can empathize where they're at, as we would say in the West, right? Because we've been there. And that sort of person is a far more effective healer, server of the light, than someone that just gets boxed into one system of thought. Ramakrishna comes to mind as an example. He got into Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism. And some of his compatriots said, you can't do that, you're Hindu. No. We're everything and more besides, if we're open. And that means you become a more effective servant. Because ultimately, if we really analyze ourselves, which we can do, what I really want to do, I want to serve. I want to help the situation as best I can. And I want to be open to my spirit, my guides, my teachers, to inspire me to do what I need to do. This is a Western thing. A lot of spiritual, deep thought has come through so-called Western rock music. Neil Young, might not have heard him, but very well respected rock and roll musician, part of a group of musicians who are called Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. This is a quote from a Neil Young lyric. There's a world you're living in. No one else has your part. All God's children in the wind. Take it in and blow it out. That's right. We all got if we're open, a unique part to play. There's a lot of work there to do, and we can't do it all. But if we open and go into our stillness and ask, however you ask, Blessed Father God, Blessed Lord Krishna, Blessed Lord Buddha, Blessed Lord Jesus Christ, Blessed Mother Mary. The list goes on and on and on, but they're there. You must invite them or ask them to help you, assist you. It's a golden spiritual rule. They won't enforce it onto you. Ask, is there something to this pyramid science? Can pyramids be used to heal the planet? Ask. Won't be me. Coming from me. Oh, this guy was going on about pyramids, but he challenged us and said, well, just ask. And you'll be given a response. Oh, you'll certainly get a response. I know that. Whether it is to adopt water and all the rest that I've been waffling, it's a different matter, but that won't bother me. I'm not on some trip here. I'm not looking for followers. I'm looking for people to find their own spiritual direction, to do their part. There's a world you're living in, but no one else has your part. So you've got a unique part to play. You could be Bob Dylan. You could be the President of the United States. You could be, well, you got to serve somebody. Brilliant. There you go. Rock music again. Now, he was ridiculed when he released that. Oh, he's gone religious. No. An open, very open, wise man who didn't stop anywhere, constantly open and seeking. We have all got to serve somebody or something. And we have got to make a choice. We can serve our own selfish insecurities. Oh, the planet's going to blow up. I'll just get a lot of money. Where? That ain't going to help you. Or, well, I'm going to try and do something to help. And I'm going to ask what that is. And I'm going to follow it. It'll be blessed. You just put, what's it? All journeys start with one small step. Well, I'm going to go and get me a pyramid. Yeah, I know it's not what we were taught, but it don't cost a lot of money. And I'm going to stick one in my house and put some water on it and bless the water and give it to your animals. My pet cat. They know. Animals know. Yeah. You got a pet cat, as an example. Oh, I'm nearly getting to that. I do apologise. I have said, I mean, I could go on, but whatever. But there are other videos, and you can't expect people. Your pets. You got a pet cat. My dad. He's a bit of a Graham. He's from Yorkshire. Right, this is my dad. I'm imitating. Graham used to say that horses are not more spiritually evolved than us humans. Well, if you have anything to do with animals, and you know a lot of people will think you're crazy, but they know. Horse, any domesticated animal, cows. That struck a few bells. Sacred animals. In Hinduism, we've even got a sacred plant. Or used to be in Krishna consciousness. The Tulsi plant. Got a deva. In fact, they sometimes tell me the Tulsi deva. Now, you share that with your average Westerner, which I ain't. They would look at you as if you lost your plot. The Tulsi deva is on the shrine, a decent shrine, with Krishna. In Bhaktivedanta Manor, which I was affiliated with, met Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, as some of you know about him, the founder of ISKCON. Hare Krishna, yeah. And they had a Tulsi plant. We didn't worship the plant in a context, but it was given a basis and was honoured, and that's a plant, but an evolved plant. Now I'm going to plop something in, which would be apparently there's only one person still watching, but I don't. Doesn't matter. If you just touch him for 5 minutes, obviously you've got life to live. That's all I've been told, Graham. Keep it to an hour. You know, discipline. Well, I'm still under an hour. Marijuana. It's a sacrament. Sacred plant. Healing medicinal plant. Anywhere where marijuana grows is sacred because marijuana has a deva. And we all know the troubles that a lot of us are going through, me particularly, to get that plant legalized and get it to a position of recognition that it is in fact a sacrament. And that when it is, a lot of suffering is going to be stopped. Scientists, thanks, now are doing research and it is being legalized. Canada, not your average backward country, as I speak, going through the legalization process. But more important, those countries that are open-minded, well, let's see for ourselves. Let's conduct scientific experiments with marijuana. Israel, okay, supposedly a very closed fundamentalist country, leading the world in a lot of cases of research into the medicinal faculties, potential of marijuana. Scientific approach. If I could have a chat with Mr. Trump, which I can actually, I will get round it one day. Yeah, thanks. Yes, thank you. What's it? He's on Twitter or something. No, seriously. Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm hitting a few nerves now. I'm getting quite a few people giving us a thumbs up. If I could have a word with Mr. Trump, an open-ended, hi, I would say this to him, Mr. Trump, your credibility of being the man that you should be, you are a well-educated man. Yes, you are concerned about America's financial situation, and yes, America has been exploited. I'm not taking sides, that's a fact. He's right. A lot of the trade agreements made, people took the attitude, oh, you're America, you're the richest country in the world and all this. And they were being technically, inverted commas, exclamation mark, ripped off. So Mr. Trump, because he is not corrupted, he's a millionaire in his own right, has stood up for the people and said, no, we want a fair price for the goods, whatever it is that we provide. We're no longer going to supplement other people. We expect other countries to contribute equally next to their, what they call it, it's a term used, their gross income or whatever. Yeah. And that the money used for defence, as an example, probably not a good example, that's contentious, but yeah, everybody should contribute. And not to say, well, America can do that. Yeah, they've got all the thing and they've got a big army and all that. Well, no. That's not karmically right. Karmically right, yeah. We each provide and put in an equal share. Anyway, if I could speak to Mr. Trump, I would say, please set up, as other countries have done, so there's a lot of information available. Like I say, you can go to Israel and see the sort of setups they've done, right? He's got Canada just across the road, but they'll be doing this. In fact, that's obviously what they've already done. They have seen the evidence of the medicinal potential of marijuana. It's not just so people can recreationally smoke marijuana. No. And if you believe that, you're into, I'm just over there, fake news. If marijuana was a person, I've shared this before, the things that have been said about marijuana, the lies, slander, another word for lie, but yeah, they would be able to sue, or marijuana would be able to sue the excrement. That's a polite way of saying it. Yeah. The corruption involved with the criminalisation of marijuana. Repeat, corruption. People were getting vast amounts of money through marijuana being illegal. The amount of innocent people unjustly imprisoned for being a distributor of marijuana. And yet we see, well, I see it on Facebook, out and out corrupt, we want to use the word evil, people that were causing millions, if not billions of pounds to help the black market, illegal bank accounts, all the rest of it. And these are so-called respectable businessmen. A man recently was found to be fraudulently doing this kind of work. Yeah, yes. That's all I can say. I've had a friend and got nothing. And another man, there's 2 cases shown, gets to it on Facebook, was found with, okay, a reasonable quantity of marijuana, but he was just a distributor, in my mind. And if he is a man of, which there are, honour, he would have made a reasonable profit. But then, if we have the context of marijuana being illegal and that person's, well, as has happened, personal freedom been at threat, who can blame them for making a, shall we say, a slightly higher percentage profit? It goes round in a circle. Would you risk your personal freedom and being banged away for years and just make a minimal profit if you were distributing? Of course you wouldn't. It's not their fault. They've been pushed into that situation. So the sooner marijuana is legalized, the sooner medicinal marijuana is investigated and made available to people who need it. That's the starting point. Yeah, I'm not pushing for recreational use. No. Very lots. I've been through all that. A lot of people that smoke marijuana are very immature. They only do it because it's illegal. Oh, it's hip, man. I know, because I went to these sort of people to try and get a campaign to get marijuana legalised. They didn't want to know. Oh no, man, it's the scene. We like it like this. You know. Well, my brother committed suicide. He was a drug dealer, in inverted commas, exclamation mark. He did see marijuana as a sacrament. He did make only a reasonable profit. He didn't rip people off. But a lot of people tried to rip him off. And he was visited, this is years ago now, the IRA. Okay? Perfect source of income for any illegal organisation. What are you going to do? Go to the police? The IRA come round and threaten me with guns. They know what? 30% of my, whatever it was, of my profits. We only got two options. Get out, move miles and miles away, or pay. Again, the evilness through marijuana being kept illegal and the corruption. I end this on a positive night. Light. Anything, including marijuana, can be put under a pyramid and will be purified. Now, you Hindu people, you understand karma. Think it through. It's simple. You buy some marijuana, but it's on the black market. It's illegal. The profits from that sale are going into not so nice things. So the marijuana becomes tainted as well, right? And you will become tainted and incur bad karma. You're helping to support evil actions, whether it's gun running or whatever. Now that my brother realised, like I say, when the IRA come round, whoa, I've got to look at this. And I'm afraid he took the road of committing suicide. And it was because of that. He was being persecuted, no other word for it, by the drug squad, stopped by the ordinary police. He was a marked man. But he got away with it. He was very ingenious, and he had a minivan. It's all psychedelic. But unfortunately, it drove him, because of him being persecuted, his friends whittled away. Who want to go out with someone for nights out, and there's a chance you can be busted or stopped by the police and then all be turned over. Not so much of a barrel of laughs. But on the positive note again, anything can be put. I'll do that quickly, so that is the flower of life. I'm sure a lot of you know this. This symbol, sacred geometry, all over the world, been found in caves, whatever. And it's got some little crystals impregnated into it. Anything can be put under a pyramid and it'll be improved, purified, neutralized. So if I have to, which I do, take some synthetic drugs, which I don't like taking, I've got diabetes and I've got atrial fibrillation, whatever. Of course, there isn't a naturopathic medicine available on the National Health here. Should be. Right. I have to take synthetic drugs. And if I don't, I could be seen as not being cooperative, and my money, my pension could be affected. So I do, but they go under my pyramid and they're neutralized. Any harmful effects. I take, I take lithium, but lithium orotate, which is a plant supplement. It's natural, and you can buy it on the internet very cheaply. But the actual chemically lithium, which is generally prescribed to people like me, is nasty stuff. Damages your liver, is clearly toxic. You have to have blood tests to make sure the therapeutic level is not much under the toxic level. So it is a poison. And the medicinal what's it, naturopath, the medical profession knows this. That's another thing. Why, well, lithium orotate, you see, there's no money in it. It's a natural substance. Um, we've got corruption again, the pharmaceutical industry. Or I better shut up anyway. People go, oh, God, you say positive. Have a nice day. If you do bother to see some of the other videos on YouTube, or if you've got any feedback, and more importantly, if you can provide us with a contact to get hold of some Bosnian Pyramid water, or would very much like to hear you. If you've been given the email and it's on, and give it again, it's ghampa77@gmail.com. And it's been lovely to be with you. Probably the most people ever, but there you go. I don't normally, like I say, at 4 o'clock in the morning, but that's what I mean. Maybe I'll do this again. Bye for now. Lots of love and peace.